Alright, how you doing? Welcome to the next video in the Soldier of Fortune 2 Unreal Edition series. A few things to show you this month. This month was a little bit traumatic, shall we say. A few things happened in my personal life that were a bit difficult. I was forced to go on what could only be called a, how could I put this, a unwanted and unneeded holiday, shall we say. A bit of a crisis, to be honest, but not to worry. These things happen. So for 3 weeks I was on holiday. My laptop broke for about a week. Took another couple of days to get fixed. So I don't have too much to show you this week, but I'll show you what I've got. So into the game. Last time in the last video I had imported the sleeves GLM model from SoF2 through Milkshape into Blender and then imported it into Unreal Engine. So as you can see here, it's a lot better than what it was the last time. There are still a couple of things on the back of his neck there, back of the shoulder. There are a few artifacts which I'm going to have to sort out. I've missed on the side of his head there. I've missed a couple of a texture that should wrap around his head and cover that. So there's still a few things to do, but all in all, it's actually looking a lot better. And if I go into the animation, let's see, I actually kind of messed up the UE for mannequin a wee bit here. But as you can see, Nishad is walking a lot better, definitely looking a lot better on all sides, and the motions, hand, fingers a wee bit messed up, not to worry. So the model is definitely taking shape and is ready to come into the game. I need to sort those artifacts, the black triangles, get that texture done, but that's pretty much that first model done. I believe in the game Alexei Nishad wore glasses, sunglasses, so maybe there's still a couple of things to check. But other than that, he does appear to be moving a lot better and looking a lot better. So, a couple of things though, and that's him in the sort of standard T-pose. Everything's fine there. As I say, there is another texture to put in, but I'll get to that. Hold on a second. That's the skeleton structure. As I said, I used the default skeleton from the UE for mannequin and just imported it in Blender. I've only done the one animation just now, but because it's got the UE for mannequin skeleton, all animations with the skeleton are available, but I just need him walking just now because it's for the player setup screen of the UI. So in the physics section, all those purple kind of objects there are different sections of the body that can be dismembered and all that sort of stuff, which is good because I don't know if you remember, but SoF2 was quite good with the gore and that sort of thing back in the day. So I have this idea. I remembered from the film Saving Private Ryan the idea of a sticky bomb. Don't know if any of you remember that, where they got like plastic explosive or dynamite or something, put it in a sock, wrapped tar on it and chucked it at a tank and it blew up. It stuck on the tank and blew up. So I've got this idea of players chucking a sticky bomb at another player. It sticks to them and for 5 seconds they basically run around because they're going to be dead in 5 seconds and then bang, they blow up. And then there's just a whole amount of gore and blood that goes everywhere after that. So just an idea, but the UE for mannequin physics that is applied to the skeleton of UE for mannequin is now available to this model. So that's pretty much that model done, but it is taking quite a while, and as I said, there's a few artifacts there that need to be fixed, another couple of things I need to do, but he is pretty much done, and that's the first model done. I have to do all the other models, but that will be done in the background, and I have to check and make sure that everything is working the way it is. So I'll show you the game itself, where we're at. There's not really much else to report for the actual game, because as I say, I had a few problems this month, my laptop broke and whatever, but we're definitely getting there, so don't worry. I've got a wee bit to show you this month that isn't directly related to the game, but I'll show you it all anyway. So, exactly the same as before. There's only a couple of things here that are different because I've been working on the model and a couple of other things. So for anyone who's not seen this as a first video, so and as in the game, you've got the code that you would normally apply for the player name now in a separate text box, one for clan name, a separator, and one for username as before. The caret denotes colour with the next character. changing the colour, choosing the colour. So as you can see, that's that. All the still haven't done the mouse sensitivity. I'm definitely getting there, don't worry. All that sort of stuff is as it was in the original game. There's an extra space there, I'm not sure that. All those little things I'll get to. Video mode, 1920. So as you can see, it is all doing what it's supposed to do. Everything is still working. Music volume, all that sort of stuff. So all that sort of stuff too. Yeah. So as you can see, you'll see everything that was in the original game, and it is still exactly everything is there. So the one thing I wanted to show you here though, as I said, got that. Yeah, there you go, that's all working. Okay, so I have started the join server screen. I'm going to use the code from the OpenSSL multiplayer app that which was built upon the Open Jedi Academy Jedi Knight code. So there's a couple of things there. Reset data, just reset them to reset all the options here back to normal. Master server is going to be a screen, doesn't do anything just now, it's going to be a screen where you can add extra master servers. So you had master.ravensoft.com, which goes down currently. There's another one with 1FX, which is quite good on the internet. There's going to be an option here to add individual and remove individual master servers, so you can use any one you like. All those options were there the last time, and everything else is as you see it. And all those are, nothing really happened here yet. That's all that's really done in the screen, but that's what I'm going to work on next. Everything else is pretty much done in the UI. As I said before, all we've got to do is apply textures to the UE4 mannequin, which I'll get done when the models are finished. So that will happen in the background. I'll keep moving forward with stuff that I want to show you in each video. Next I'm going to work on the join server. Now Punkbuster is something obviously that was available back then. There are things available for games these days. Punkbuster might change to something else and I'll change the name, but other than that, Punkbuster or what Punkbuster offered will be available in the game, so don't worry. So that's that. Again, that's the UE4 mannequin, not to worry about that. So everything else, all code is pretty much the same because I was working in Blender a lot this month, so there's nothing really much else to show you there. I'll put that back because I'm working on something. There's a couple of places in the game where encryption was going to be used to encrypt passwords, one for the proxy server, one for a game server. So I'd sat back and thought, what will I do? I like a bit of cryptography, you know, and I like a bit of encryption. So I sat down, I think is it this one? And I was working on my own. No, it's actually on this one. I was working on my own cryptography stuff. So this is a C++ project. And so what I did was I downloaded something called OpenSSL, which is a open source software that implements the SSL framework, and it's very, very good for cryptography. It's all like latest standard, all that sort of stuff. So I downloaded that. You have to compile it yourself. There are people who put the binaries on the internet, so I've got that as well, and I've implemented it in this project. And I'm going to have, what I've decided to do, I'm going to do a SoF2 plugin that's going to have everything people need to use to map and mod for this game in Unreal Engine. It'll all be done automatically. But I'm going to do my own stuff as well on the side. Obviously, you want to KF as a business. So one of the things I'm going to do is an OpenSSL plugin that people can buy. So there's going to be two versions. There's going to be the simple one, which has just got 2 or 3 functions in it. I'll show you here. So the simple one is going to implement 2 AES encryption functions, one 128-bit and one 256-bit, and the function itself is pretty simple. It's just the key size is different. So it basically gives you a more secure one and a fast one. Next, I'm going to do 2 types of RSA, which is asymmetric, whereas AES is symmetric, so it's the same key for decrypt and encrypt, and RSA is a different key. So RSA is going to be at 248 bits and 4096 bits, but again, one faster and one more secure. and then it'll generate a random number, and then you'll get base 64 as well, which you might use. Base 64 and random numbers are available in Unreal Engine, but I just want to stick it in the plug anyway. XOR ROR N and ROL XOR N. In cryptography, your most basic CPU function that you'll use is XOR, which means exclusive OR, and that's what's called a bitwise Boolean operation, where you take the individual bits of a value and you do this operation on them, and it turns them into something, another state, another number, another value. So XOR does one operation, and ROR is I forget what ROR means, but basically it takes, if you have 8 bits in a row, it takes the last one and puts it on the front and then moves the rest of them to the right. And ROL does the opposite. It takes the first one, moves it to the end, and moves the rest of them to the left. So if you XOR a value, then move everything to the right, take the last one to the left, and then XOR again, and repeat that process n times, then you will have encrypted your original value, and you can undo that process by doing the reverse. Reverse it, move everything to the left, take the first bit back to the end, and XOR back. So it's a basic encryption decryption function that I'm just going to put in just for no other reason than I enjoy doing it. So it's going to be available in the cheap plugin, and that will be available in the marketplace pretty cheap, $1.99 in dollars or pounds or something like that. And then I'll do a more advanced plugin which will have all the functionality of OpenSSL, but you'll pay more for that. So this one will be available to anyone for $1.99, and you get these basic encryption functions, and the more advanced one will be available if that's something that you need. So I'll actually, what's that? Not the what it's saying just now. It was actually quite difficult to get OpenSSL to work in Unreal Engine, and I've got it to compile. I've got it also added to the engine, not the engine code, but my plugin. But whether that works yet or not, I haven't got to that stage. So I'll quickly explain to you what I did, because it was quite difficult. So if you go on to OpenSSL.org, and you go to downloads, and you can get the source code there. You need the license there as well. I'm using the Apache license version 2, and you can get the binaries as well. What are the binaries? So that's the source code, and you can do it via Git if you want, or you can just download the zip file. It's entirely up to you. Git's a bit more automatic if you need to update it. But so where are the binaries? Okay, so OpenSSL binaries. Yeah, so this guy is like number 4th in the Google results, slproweb.com. That's where I got the binaries from. He's usually quite good at updating them. There's a light version, it's a lot smaller, but I took the large version. So 3.03, 132 and 164, and you install them wherever you want. But if you just let the installer do it normally, it's in program files or program files x86 down to OpenSSL 64, and you've got the include directory and the library directory, and that's all you actually need if you don't want to compile them yourself. So you need that folder, and that folder including lib for x64 and the same for x86. I installed the light version as well, including lib there. So what you then do is you go into your C++ project, and I created a game instance class, which you didn't have to. You can just use the actual CPP file of the game, which would be that one there. And what I did was I create a folder called OpenSSL.-3.1.0 because I used the source code and compiled it myself, so it's not 3.0.3. I've got a build file, And that build file is actually just a copy of, where is it? Into the engine UE4, let me get this right, plugins. I think it's an OpenSSL plugin. No, not, is it source? Third party, and then OpenSSL. See, they've got the original, they've got version 1.1 built into the engine, so I just copied that text, put it into my build file, commented out the stuff from Mac and Linux that I'm not going to use, and then made sure the paths were correct. So project dir is variable that holds the path to the new project file on your computer, then a folder called source and a folder called OpenSSL.3.1.0, and then everything else is relative to that path. So then you've got either debug or release. Again, this is the code that came with the OpenSSL file that was in Unreal Engine. You've got the lib folder. Is it 164? Is it 132? VS version, so VS 2019, VS 2022, 22 is what I'm using. The include folder, and then actually adding additional libraries. You add those files in the static folder, and then you have these files, which is what's inside, which are the compiled OpenSSL files, and then for 132 as well. And if you go into there, into lib, that's all the files there. So you need libcrypto, libssl, into VC, and then that's all the files you need there. MD, MT for crypto and SSL, and if it's got a small d, and then that's debug, which you don't use. And static is all the code is actually in the file, so that's the one you want to use. So once you've got the build file, you include these three files from the include directory. You add the crypto 32 and ws2_32 lib that come with Windows, and then you've got if win32 or if win64 is defined, and then for win64 you pragma comment the actual path to each of the libraries you're going to use, and I used a absolute path. I might change that, but I used the absolute path, and then for win32 you've got the other ones, and that's pretty much it. And then you've got all your text, your functions, which then incorporate the OpenSSL functionality. And yep, that's it. So the only other thing is if you go to the properties of your project, EC++ directory, all you need to do is make sure the include directory is included. And so that's that. So that's how you add OpenSSL to your project. I'm going to make 2 plugins, as I say, and sell them on the marketplace. You should really go and buy them, to be honest. You know, if you need a bit of encryption in your Unreal Engine project. They're not up yet, but they will be soon enough, don't worry. So that's everything for the game. Is there anything else I want to show you? No, that's pretty much it for moving forward. As I say, I had a bit of a issue this month with different things, so we'll see how that goes. A couple other things I want to show you though. I'm working on a new kind of intro video using Shortcut here. Shortcut's a kind of free version of Adobe Premiere Pro. It's really quite good actually. And so I've made this sort of, the video I'll show you just now isn't obviously the finished product, but this is more just the concept of what I want to do. So watch it. This is going to be the sort of next intro video for SoF2. Couple of So that's just a kind of idea thrown together for the next video. After that, it basically says this is what SoF2 was, and this is what SoF2UE is going to be. And I can't put in stuff on what SoF2UE is going to be. I'm going to throw in things about what Unreal Engine is capable of and all that sort of stuff, and then it's going to say at the end, are you ready for this? That sort of thing. But that's just another thing I'm doing. So that's shortcut for the next video. I'll show you a couple of things as well, because I'm running a business and I need to go and buy stuff. I like a bit of digital art. I have 1,000,001 unfinished projects, and I came to the conclusion I need to actually get some of these finished and get them up online, so in case people might like them, So when I was younger, I had pictures of fighter jets on my wall, and I thought I'd really like to take that idea that I had many years ago and make something better, because the picture I had was just a photo of a jet, and it was brilliant, it was amazing, but if I could create something that was really, really kind of unbelievable, I think people might buy it. So I got this photo of a Falcon. So there's a fighter jet called an F-14 Fighting Falcon, and I got this picture of a Falcon, and I've changed it a wee bit, and I'm going to turn it into vector art, which is what that is there on the left. And then, so the idea is that you have the Falcon in the background, and then not that one. Then you have the F-16 in front. Change it. I like the kind of black and red kind of stuff. That's just kind of the red there is where I would put the red. It's not the actual finished product. I don't think I'll keep that. Let me have that in the background, that Falcon head or something. And then so that's the kind of idea. You've got the Falcon in the background, and then on the top left, top right, bottom left, and bottom right, you've got like pictures of the plane and kind of statistics of like things it's done in the past, or sort of dimensions, all that sort of stuff. And then like F-14 Fighting Falcon written in text behind it, and I'll just make it look really, really good. And I thought, I'd kind of like, I might even like to have that poster on my wall. But that's just an idea, something else that I do. I'm also creating a certification app for Windows. It was going to be Windows 10 when I started, but with Windows 11 now, I'm doing that in Unreal Engine as well. And so that's just something else I'm doing on the side. And the idea is just to get all these things online once they're complete. As I say, I have 1,000,001 different projects that never got finished. So I get all these online, and hopefully generate a bit of income. So if you're wanting to get certified in Windows 11, this application might be coming out. Who knows, maybe in a few months you might see that, and it's maybe a wee bit longer than that. You might see that, this mine, you might want to buy it. Who knows? We'll see. The website is, I haven't done much with the website for the past week while I was on holiday. I haven't updated the SoF2 page much. I have done the register page, because I want people to be able to log into the website just for a place so we can discuss ideas about Soldier of Fortune 2 and whatever else. So the register page works just now. If you wanted to go and register on my website, that'd be fine, but there's nothing really to log into at the moment because I haven't done anything beyond that. The login page is what I'm working on just now. So the register page will take your username, your email address, your name, all that sort of stuff, and apply it and insert it into the database, which is sort of behind the scenes there. You'll get the email for verifying your email address, but there's nothing else to log into. The login page hasn't worked yet, and there's no profile that I'm still going to do all that sort of stuff. But that's what we're doing with the website. So I want to put a new video in the background there as well. So I'm kind of moving forward with everything slowly, step by step, seeing where we get to. And I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you for this video. So I think that's everything I want to show you for this video. As I say, not too much to show you this month because of the things that happened, the normal things that we all have to deal with. So other than that, we're definitely getting there. The suit sleeves model is pretty much done. And that means I can apply the same process to all the other models and get that done, get the players set up. I'm going to get right into doing the join server page as well, and after that is the UI done, and then I can start loading a map, which is obviously what we all want to see. Once I get a map loaded and we can move through it, especially as the character, that's where we want to get to. Once we're at that stage, we all know we're definitely going to get there. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Until next time, see you later.